Joining us here from Commodity Classic is Bill Gordon, ASA Vice President, and let's talk about trade. It's been so predominant this year for you guys. China, we've made some movement. We still don't have the tariffs lifted, and that's really the key thing for you, isn't it?
Yeah, and then that market is such a huge portion of our soybean exports, and that's what's hurt so bad. And at least the administration still continue to talk. They didn't have the March 1 90-day deadline where we put the other tariffs on and now wrecked all we've worked for. They've extended those talks, and hopefully they can come to some kind of resolution.
And as far as the EU, it sounds like if we put auto tariffs on them, they may walk away from the table in terms of working out a deal with us.
And agriculture has always been interesting with the EU because there's a lot of protectionism for their producers, and yeah, so same thing, tit for tat kind of a situation. If you're going to do this to us, we're going to pull away from agriculture. We need to, be smart with our negotiations. We need to keep our agriculture products in the European Union. They're a huge market for us, granted not as large as China, but right now any market for the U.S. soybeans and corn and wheat and biofuels is super important because of the lack of China. So yeah, anytime you have those kind of situations, we need to keep at the table, work in negotiations, not threaten each other back and forth. Let's come to some resolution.
But what else is on ASA's agenda here for 2019 legislatively?
Well, just really the right to farm. You look outside of the trades. You have the biodiesel, the renewable fuels, kind of the right to farm, right to produce there, and then also transportation infrastructure. Our infrastructure is still crumbling. We've made some advances. Our locks and dam systems need to advance and get rebuilt, and we have the money sitting there. We just need to reallocate it and make it a better spot. So you got basically trade, biodiesel, and then trade infrastructure, the transportation.
Yeah, let's talk about biodiesel for sure. Biodiesel tax incentive has still not been renewed, and so that's a big thing for you guys, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it really helps rural communities. And one thing that this country and Congress and administration always talk about is helping the middle class American, helping central, middle America area, and those plants are all located in those areas. And now we have some new plants coming online in the southwest. But those all are rural people in jobs and economic development and bringing jobs to these communities. And it's important. That dollar tax credit is still a young industry when you compare it to the petroleum industry or other industries. Biodiesel is still a young industry, and we're still expanding. And that really helps bring that profit margin up enough so they can expand and keep those plants coming.
Great. It's been a pleasure. Thanks so much. Bill Gordon joining us here, ASA Vice President.